Hi guys, nice to see you today. My name's Rhian and I'm a group fitness instructor for the city of Stonington. Today I'm going to take you through a little bit of a taster session for one of the classes that we are running via Zoom at the moment, and that class is called StrongNation. So for those of you that haven't heard of StrongNation is a high intensity tempo training class. It has its roots in the martial arts, so a lot of the moves come from that sort of background. So things like your kicks, your punches, strikes, all of that sort of stuff. So it's got very much that sort of feel to it. Now the class is usually run with music, so the moves that we use are synced to the beat of the music. So it's a really fantastic class that really sort of gets the heart pumping, and that music motivates you to work harder and to push yourself through that tiredness that you hit and hit those extra reps. Now today we're going to do the class with no music, because what we're going to do is a bit of a taster session. So I'm going to take you through some of the moves that we use, some of the combos that we use, and talk you through some of the technique, so that when you do choose to join a class, which hopefully you will, you'll be that little bit step ahead, and you'll see how to do it and how those moves fit together. Okay, so let's start with the basics. So the basic sort of moves within our StrongNation class are things like your punches and your strikes. So in order to execute that correctly, what we always think about with our StrongNation classes is making sure that you're moving through your core. So your core needs to be nice and strong and nice and engaged. So we have our fighter stance. So that means that our shoulders are down and back, and we have our hands in front of our face. This is in case we have that imaginary opponent that's going to punch us in the face. We're being protected. Okay, so we then take it to the side, and that's your fighter position. So when we're in a StrongNation class, if you hear the instructor say fighter stance, this is the position that we're in. Now from here, let's go to one of our basic moves, which is our cross punch. So that means we're going to take this on here, and we're going to punch it across the body. So nice and slow, we're going to punch across the body. So see how my arm comes out nice and straight and comes back. You might also notice there as well that I lift my heel and pivot so that my whole body moves. So in normal speed, it's going to look like this. Yeah, so pivoting through the heel and back. So come with me. Good, let's practice that punch. Lift the heel. Excellent, 2 more. Good work. All right, so the next move that we're going to talk about today is going to be our hook. So again, this is a similar move that you'll see sort of in our in that martial arts sort of background. So a hook, it's going to look, again, from that fighting stance, we're still going to use that core to move, so moving from the hips, we're going to come right across the body. So this is your end position here. So you're lifting your heel and your arm is nice and straight, your wrist is nice and strong. So you're imagining if you're giving someone a hook, that's what you're aiming for, okay? So we're going to take ourselves into that fighter stance, and let's go for our hook. So we'll go for one side and for the other. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's take it to the other side. Again, same. 1, 2, 3, 4. So using that core, and imagine you're shutting a sliding door for that hook. The next particular move that we're going to use is our elbow strike. So our elbow strike, again, you'll hear me say it a lot, that fighter position, and our elbow strike is just striking with the elbow here. So keeping it nice and high, about shoulder sort of height. Strike, back, strike, back, strike, back. So keeping that core really nice and strong and engaged all the way through. So let's add that together as a little bit of a combo. So we're going to go for our elbow strike first. Elbow strike, cross punch, and back. So let's do it slow. So elbow strike, cross punch, back. Let's speed it up. Elbow, cross, back. Elbow, cross, back. Yes, one more. Excellent, good job, well done. All right, so one of the combos that we have been using recently in our class is we'll do that elbow strike, the punch, and then we'll add 2 little jumps to it as well. So let's do that. Let's start. So Actually, let's do it on the other side, shall we? All right, so we'll go elbow strike, punch, jump, jump. Again. Good, making sure you're landing soft. Good. And keeping that chest up. One more. Excellent, really nice, really nice. Okay, so moving on from those punches, one of the other things that we like to do a lot of work on in StrongNation is things like your squats and your lunges. We all need to do a little bit of lower body work. We do a lot of sitting. We want to make sure those glutes are nice and strong. So what we'll do is we'll start with a basic squat. So you must have learned this before, I'm sure, many times. With your basic squat, we're going to have those feet facing forward. So your toes are facing forward, feet slightly wider than shoulder width apart. You're going to squat down, pushing the weight through your heels, and we're going to come back up. That's your basic squat. So get that movement. Basic squat, keeping your chest up. Good. Now what we do in StrongNation is we'll add on to that. So squat, knee strike. Squat, knee strike. Good. Now see how I'm striking my knee and striking my ankle at the same time. So let's do it on the other side. Squat, knee strike. Squat, knee strike. Two more. Good. Nice, well done, well done. What we try and do, we don't have any weights in this class, so we really want to move with intention. So it's about your mind as well, to make sure that you're moving as if you're really going to hit something, so you're really nice and strong, okay? So, moving on to our next combination. As I say, we like to use our imagination quite a lot in our StrongNation classes. One of the other exercises that we like to do is a rope slam. So, we're going to pick up our imaginary ropes. Let's pick them up. Oh, they're super heavy. Okay, set your shoulders down and back. Again, so we move with intention. We pick up our ropes and we slam. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, so nice, strong. So from the side, back, 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 back. Yes? So nice and strong. So we don't do this. Oh, yeah. Do that all day, okay? So nice and strong. So we go for a rope slam, and then we're going to add 2 lunges to that rope slam. So 2 forward lunges. So it's going to look like this. 2 rope slams. 1, 2, and then we're going to lunge forward and forward. Okay, come with me. Let's do it again. Lunge forward, forward. Good work. Yes. Good. Really nice. Now we have different levels in a StrongNation class. We have switch outs. So we'll have a low switch out, a base switch out, and a max switch out. So that means that anybody at any fitness level is going to be able to take part in the class, because you can take it at your own intensity. So you see here, we were doing our rope slams on the ground, and we were doing those lunges forward. If we want to take up the intensity just a little bit, we can either go jump slams into those lunges, or we'll take it even further. Yeah, so you've got that combination. We can do that as well. So you see how it works. All right, one of the other exercises that is my particular favorite, I do like it, is our hammer strike. So what we do with our hammer strike, and sometimes what I see in my classes is form is a little bit too swingy, okay? So we need to stay really nice and stable with our hammer strike. So what we do, we grab our hammer, see how my heel is lifted at the back, my shoulders are down, and my core is engaged. So I'm not sort of floppy here, standing up nice and tall and my core is engaged. I'm going to grab my imaginary hammer, and then we swing back, and then take it back. We reset, lifting that heel, swing. Yes? So see here, with that hammer swing, we're not going, it's not a golf swing. We're not trying to sort of swing it behind us. We want to stop it right at the side of our body. So that stopping force is really going to work through those core muscles as well as everywhere else. Okay, so let's come with me. We're going to go hammer strike, bang, reset, bang. Again, 2 more. Good. So in our class, we'll have that particular move in, but we'll have a little bit of a combo with that move as well. So what we like to do in one of the particular quadrants that we use is a hammer strike. So just like that, and then we'll add 3 rotations to it as well. So that will look like this. Your hammer strike, remember your heel raised, and then we'll take the arms in, 1, 2, 3, rotate. Take it back, across, 1, 2, 3, rotate. Perfect. Keep the shoulders down. Core is strong. Good. Or we'll keep the arms straight for a little bit more of a challenge. Bang. See how my feet pivot from heel to heel. Excellent. Well done. Really, really nice, guys. Really nice. Have a practice of these moves at home and see if you can start to feel the difference when you're working those core muscles a lot more. You're engaging them with those moves, with those punches. We're going to do one more exercise. So one of the exercises again that we love to do, StrongNation, and who doesn't? It's a fantastic one in order to build your strength through the whole of your body. It's not just an upper body workout, and that's your push-up. But as I said before, with the push-ups, or with all exercises, we have our switch outs. So you have your low, your base, and your max switch out. So what we'll often do in a StrongNation class, I'll come to the side a little bit, is we'll start with those push-ups on our knees. So we'll be down to the ground, we might be doing a tricep push-up, in which case our arms are super close to our body, or we might be going for a more traditional push-up, in which case our hands are wider than our chest, and then we're taking those elbows back about 45 degrees. So let's start with our base move. So you're going to start with your hands under your shoulders, and your hands are going to be slightly wider than your chest. You're going to make sure that those shoulders are down and back, and you're going to brace that core and squeeze those glutes. Now remember, at this point, your knees are on the ground. So what we're going to do is press ups. We're going to go 4. Let's go. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Excellent. How did that feel? Okay. Perfect. Good work. All right. So from this particular move, as I say, we can progress if you want to. So take a look at this progression. We're going to come down into a push-up, and then we're going to kick up our bottom into a pike. So that's really good for your mobility. Okay, so it's going to look like this. Onto your toes, push up into a pike, back down to your toes, into that push-up. So come with me. Let's go for 4 of those. Excellent. 1 more. Perfect, guys. Well done. How did that feel? Good? Brilliant. You were looking awesome. Okay, so then remember we have those switch outs. So what's going to be the next switch out from your knees? It's going to be your toes. So what we're going to do is we're going to do our toe push-ups and into the pike. Now again, as I say, the beauty of StrongNation is we have those levels for everyone. So we'll have people at different levels within the class that are going to be doing different versions of the same move, whatever works for yourself and for your own body, okay? So if you're feeling, even at this stage, oh, Rhian, push-ups on my toes, a little bit too much, absolutely fine. Practice this again on your knees and see how you go. So one of the things, my little tricks that I like to use with push-ups on toes is that you see a lot of people have their feet really, really narrow when they're doing their push-ups on their toes. That actually makes life really, really difficult because it means that your balance is compromised a lot more because you're compromising, you're pushing your weight into a much smaller area on the ground than you would be if your feet were slightly wider apart. So when I do my push-ups, I like to do them with my feet wider apart because it gives me a much more stable base, and I find that that will help me with the upper portion of my body with those push-ups. So what we'll do is we'll do our push-ups. We're going to go 4 push-ups into pike on your toes. See how you go. Think about your form and think about those shoulders being down and back. Okay, so remember what I said. Hands are going to be under your shoulders. So in that position, so you're pushing that weight forward, you're going to bring your toes up nice and wide, and we go for our push-up into pike. So down, into pike. Good. 2 more. Last one. Excellent. How did that feel? Good? Well done. All right. One more exercise that we're going to do whilst we're on the ground. Why not? We love a good core exercise in our StrongNation classes. Now, we like to use different varieties of core engagement. So that might be things like your planks, or it might be sit-ups, or it could be any number of things. Today I'm going to show you one of the sit-up variations that we like to do, and I'm going to show you the correct form for that sit-up. So I'll do it a bit on an angle again so that you can see me. You're going to have your feet flat on the ground, okay? So your heel is digging into the ground and your big toe is digging into the ground as well. What we're going to do is we're going to lie back and we're going to go for a full sit-up, extend our arms and stretch towards the screen. So we're going to rotate our body. So come with me. We're down on the ground. We're going to go up for 4. We're going to do it 4 times. 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Up. Rotate the body to the side. Down. Super duper 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 slow. Perfect. Again, up. Other side. Take those arms out. That helps that rotation. So remember, I've only got 4. We do a few more reps in the class, but for the purposes of today, just a few reps for you. Excellent. Really nice, guys. Well done, well done. Okay, how do we feel with that particular exercise? Feeling good about it? Excellent. So, if you want to come and join me in a StrongNation class, I would absolutely love to have you. You will get the full experience of a StrongNation class when you join us. As I say, we have music that is synced very nicely to the moves. I want to make it clear it's not a dance class. We're not moving around to the music and step touching, none of that business. What it means is that you'll hear inclinations in the music, so like a shh, that sort of thing, and that tells you, oh, I've got to do something, yeah? So that really helps to motivate you throughout the class to really keep going. And the music's fantastic. It's really upbeat, and it really helps you to work hard. So it gets you through those last few reps where you're thinking, Rhian, what are you doing to me? Yes, you'll love to hate me at the end, I promise.